The S Pen is one of the defining features of Samsung's Note series. It's literally what puts the Note in a Galaxy Note, and yet over the years very little about the stylus itself has actually changed, aside from the standard improvements to sensitivity and responsiveness. But all that's about to change in the upcoming Galaxy Note 9, which, if the leaks are to be believed, will see some of the biggest S Pen changes ever. I'm Alex from Android Central, and here's what we know so far about the Note 9's S Pen. Firstly, it looks like Samsung wants the S Pen to stand out visually. A couple of promotional shots that have leaked so far showcase a blue Note with a bright yellow S Pen, making the pen more eye-catching than ever before. And these match up with Samsung's official teasers for the phone, which put the pen front and center. The biggest change to the S Pen, according to multiple reports, is that for the first time it will be Bluetooth enabled. That means unlike previous S Pens, it'll be powered, and able to do things even when it's far away from the screen. So that also means there'll be a small battery inside the pen this time, and it'll likely charge somehow while docked inside the phone. And no, we're not expecting any iPad Pro style silliness involving plugging it in backwards to a USB port. Having Bluetooth connectivity really makes the S Pen more of a remote control this time around. A pretty basic remote control given that there's still only one button, but don't discount the possibility of gesture input on that button, or even some kind of basic motion control through a built-in gyro. With a powered S Pen, all those things are suddenly within the realm of possibility. Beyond the guesswork, some specific features of the new S Pen have leaked out from reliable places. Months back, Chinese leaker Ice Universe on Twitter outed what he called the biggest update in the history of the S Pen. Timer controls, possibly for the camera, were hinted at, along with music controls. Whereas in Notes 1 through 8, the S Pen would rarely be taken out of the phone when it wasn't in use, Samsung clearly wants this new S Pen to be more of a companion device. And this brings us to the meat of what we actually know for sure about the features of this new S Pen. The most substantial leak so far has been reported by XDA, thanks to a teardown of the Air Command app from a leaked Galaxy Tab S4 ROM. That's unreleased firmware from an upcoming Samsung tablet that we're expecting to see very soon, which will also have an S Pen. Music controls are apparently confirmed too, with a single or double tap allowing you to pause or skip ahead, as are remote camera controls, giving you the option to use the S Pen as a remote shutter button. The new S Pen will also be able to work as a trusted device, unlocking the phone via the button, though it's not clear whether this means there's a fingerprint scanner built into the button, or whether it'll just be waking up the phone as normal. And finally, there's vague support for adding custom actions for a single or double tap of the S Pen in different situations. So you can probably expect this functionality in the Note 9 as well as the Tab S4. It's worth noting that the XML found in this app specifically talks about using the S Pen with a phone, so it's likely the same version of this Air Command app will be loaded onto the Note 9 as well. These aren't Galaxy Tab only features. We can speculate about other possibilities too for a powered S Pen that's supposed to spend more time in your hand and not docked away inside the phone. I already mentioned the possibility of gestures, but if the S Pen button is some kind of tiny capacitive trackpad, then a bunch of other features could present themselves. Imagine having a Nexus 1 or HTC Desire style trackpad that you could use wirelessly. Android itself has supported this kind of input for as long as it's existed. All Samsung would have to do is build the hardware into the S Pen. So there's a lot Samsung could be doing with this new Bluetooth S Pen, and plenty of different directions they could take the stylus in future devices. So make sure you don't miss any of it. Be sure to subscribe to Android Central here on YouTube, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.